join us for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Scarborough.
Here.
Stoll. Here. McCain.
Here.
Baldwin.
Here.
Olson. Here. Westbound.
Here.
Dewey. Here.
The full board is present, no one absent. This time I have public comment. Anyone who would like to address the board may do so at this time. There is no public comment. We will move on to approval of or any amendments to the agenda. And I'd like to add under pending business, under 1, Starks grass replacement, and number 2, resolution 2018-08.
Do we have 2018-08? Do we have a copy of
It
that?
was sent to you in an email,
Oh,
but I can get a copy of it for you.
I do have one here.
So we have any other amendments to the agenda, additions, deletions? If not, do we have a motion to approve it as amended?
so moved.
Have a second? Seconded by Dewey. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The agenda is approved as amended. Under new business, we have SAW grant reimbursement number 14 in the amount of $7,857 is recommended by the Finance Committee to move this to the full board for approval. I would make a motion to approve this SAW grant reimbursement number 14.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Baldwin. We have a roll call vote, please.
Scarborough.
Yes.
Baldwin.
Yes.
Olson.
Yes.
Dewey. Yes. Westbound.
Yes.
McCain.
Yes.
Stoll. Yes.
Motion carried. Number 2, clerk salary resolution.
On the clerk salary resolution, we did our public hearing last month, and I declined the raise, and I've talked to Supervisor Scarborough, and he declined. And so I would like to make a motion I'd like to make a motion to rescind resolutions treasurer 2018-06, the clerk 2018-07, the supervisors 2018-08, and give a 2% cost of living raise to the treasurer, clerk, and supervisor to keep them in line with the cost of living raises given to the other township board members. And the clerk will have new resolutions for our next meeting. The 2% raise, this is not part of the resolution, 2% raise will be $457.26. I talked to MTA, since how we had a resolution set up for the 3 board members and how to go about taking care of it. So, because it's not in effect yet until 2019, this is one of the ways that they recommend doing it, by rescinding the resolutions.
Okay, you all got my email regarding this after the last meeting, right? You got it? You got it, Sue? You didn't get that?
I never got a meeting.
You got it. You got that. Okay, I think all you need to do this evening then is that's what we're all doing. We'll make a motion to rescind those 3 resolutions. That's what you did, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I'll second the motion. So
With the, with the 2% raise.
no, we can address that when you,
Okay.
all we do is rescind them with this motion. I seconded the motion, so we do a roll call vote to rescind those 3 resolutions.
With me making the motion.
You made the motion, I seconded it. We'll do a roll call vote.
So, yes, Scarborough,
Yes.
McCain,
Yes.
Baldwin,
Yes.
Olson,
Yes.
Dewey,
Yes.
Weststone.
Yes.
Motion carries, so now all I gotta do is next month have new resolutions and we'll pass them. That's the board's desire. Okay, resolution 2018-10, delinquent water sewer service. This is more or less a housekeeping thing that's done every year. You all had a chance to go through this? You have any questions on it?
Why did they get so lopsided before we start collecting on them?
Because they can. Same people, mostly.
This
Some of
is,
those are outrageous.
they're turned over every year.
And does Mike handle that then?
Pardon?
When it's that lopsided or when it gets out of hand, does Mike Green handle that collection?
No, this gets turned over to the county.
Goes on tax bill, goes on winter tax bill. Then if they don't pay their winter tax bill, it goes delinquent to the county treasurer. And it gets paid that way.
Do we see like this is just almost like a business practice for some of these people?
Some people just let it go, a lot of it's rental stuff and
But we are looking at enforcing our ordinance a little tougher to where they go 90 days, we send them a letter, then they go in to shut the water off, and then they have to get it turned back on.
and have a fee for that.
And we'll start having shut off notice and
But we haven't done that yet.
being a little stricter about some of this. Do you have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
We have a motion to approve resolution 2018-10 by the clerk. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by trustee Baldwin. We have a roll call vote.
So, yes, Baldwin,
Yes.
McCain,
Yes.
Whetstone,
Yes.
Dewey,
Yes.
Olson,
Yes.
Scarborough.
Yes. Motion carried. Okay, move on to pending business. I provided everybody with a copy of, I was instructed to contact Avery Sterling about the Stark residence and their replacement under law. I had quite a conversation with him, and he also provided me with a short summary of what took place. I also provided you all with pictures of what I was provided to me a year ago by our engineers of the site work that was done, and what this is the most current pictures I have from a year ago. I drove by it today and looked at it. I asked trustee Weststone to drive by it and look at it, and also the clerk to drive by it and look at it. And I'm open to your opinions. I trust you've all read the paragraph from Avery Sterling. He said, and what he kind of communicated to me, it doesn't matter, you could put the best sod in there that you could possibly find and put in there. If it's not watered and mowed, it will die and weeds will take over. You have to water it and have to mow it. So,
I've been by I guess, before the construction and kind of during the construction and several times after the construction. And Supervisor Scarborough asked me to drive by today, and I did. And looking at Stark's lawn, then there's a stretch of property that there's no residence there, but somebody can mow in the front of it, and then there's some residents all the way down to Nelson's. And to me, they basically all look the same. Nelson's being the best, but he has an irrigation system and where other people don't. And going over this information that Bob got, Sterling, I think, they went above and beyond as far as I'm concerned, and even went so far as to hire a landscaper to go out there and look at it. Mrs. Stark has brought in a bag full of weeds and stuff, but if you let your lawn grow to weeds, it's, without mowing it, it's going to have more weeds. So I don't know what she expects the township board to do, because to me it looks as good as the other yards, and as I said, Sterling Construction's went way past what they should be doing, and if you look at the before and after, it looks basically not any different. So.
What was your opinion, Bob?
Well, as you're driving down all of those stretches, when you're looking at this, whatever they've done, you see weeds all the way down the line.
Exactly.
So, except on Al's yard.
Which is irrigated and mowed.
Right, and he does weed feed and he does all the treatments. So, but when I drove by today, Mary's may have had a few more weeds in it than some of the others, but they all look that way.
They're all the same.
Pretty much, yes.
So, and I was, Avery Sterling, he told me that he has lived up to his end of the contract and he's no longer going to be concerned with the Stark property. So, and our engineer is of the same opinion. They were the ones that were in charge of Avery. So at this point, I don't know. I'm open to anything the board wants to say or do. I'm kind of to a point where, I guess, the thing that, I don't know, were you guys, were you here when she brought in that big box of weeds?
Yeah.
Well, the weeds were,
Yeah.
you gotta cut them. You can't let them grow. You can't just let them grow and then bring them in. You know, you gotta keep them cut, and keep the thing watered, and the grass will take over eventually if you put weed and feed on it. So it does take some effort on the owner's part. So
But I just go back to the thing that we told these people it would be put back the way it was before we started.
it would be as good or better.
Right.
If you look at the pictures, it is.
Yeah,
They've
if
got-
you're driving down there today and you agree with me, you can look at this swath of ground through there that has weeds on it and the rest, and it does, it looks different. And in my opinion, that's not making them harmless, but I'm okay.
Well, they have a video of the whole thing. They drove down it before they ever moved a shovel full of dirt that you probably ought to look at.
Well, I will someday when I get the chance to
So,
see it.
so what's your,
I'm just making, I don't know what I think, but Mary's looks no different than the rest of them going down.
All the way to hell.
All the way except for Mr. Nelson, so.
okay, well, we don't have to take any action on this evening, but I would encourage the rest of you guys, drive by, take a look at it and see what you think.
As a good gesture, should we,
What?
as a good gesture, should we get some weed and feed?
It was, I believe, May or June, I stopped over there and I offered, I was gonna go, so I'm gonna go get my spreader and I'm gonna go and run to Home Depot and get a bag of Scotch weed seed and I'm gonna put it on there for you. And she didn't want me to.
That answers it.
Now would be the time with the,
I mean,
Well, she wanted,
it's a point of complaint that will continue. And if they don't want your personal help at that given time,
No. And, you know, I'm still not opposed to it if it would help her out and if easier at all, you know, I'd still do that. But it's gotta be watered and it has to be mowed.
could we consider offering the same type of help but using our contractor who services the lawn for us here to do it?
We could, but the reason I was gonna do it was just to do it personally, because I don't wanna open up a can of worms where the township did this for her, now I want it done for me, now I want it done for me.
Yeah,
You know, there's no end to that. So I said, I would personally go get that, so the township's not really involved in it, and do it. Just to save that, but.
I guess of all the times that she's been here, she's not really told this board really what she expects the township to do about it. And Bob several times has said that he'll come and look at it, and so I don't have an answer either. It looks the same as what it did before that was started, that's all I can say.
In the opinion of our engineers and in the opinion of Avery Sterling, their company, they're saying that it does look as good or better. The contractor that they hired, Avery hired a contractor to go over there and they put weed and feed on it and told her you have to maintain it, water it, and cut it, which apparently didn't happen. So anyway, I was asked to look into it and that I did. So,
Thank you.
okay?
Thank you, Bob.
All right, we will move on to our reports. We have the treasurer's report. Beth, do you have anything to add to your report?
No, I made 2 copies this month to show you a year ago, September, to our current September, timeline, just to show you the difference between,
This will go into that.
you know, we have 136,000 in the fire vehicle, which we're gonna need another 100 and what?
We gotta do this year's 100,000
Right,
in there.
right, so we need another 190 some thousand or something on top of what we've got in there, we've already paid $37,000 down. I just wanted you to see where we were with those funds, with the 8-ton fund, which was fire vehicle, and the general fund, the 101 fund. Kind of a comparison from one year to the next.
Any questions for Beth? Not, we'll move on to the clerk.
So far, the clerk's office has issued 213 absentee ballots up to date. It's the most I've ever did. The Township Election Commission has approved our election inspectors for the election. Under my record inspection report, all is fine in the township.
Zoning administrator, we have Mike's report. If you have any questions for Mike, if you got them down, we'll pass them on to him. Fire chief's report.
For the month, we did a total of 9 runs, 3 mutual aids, grass fire downline, 3 TI accidents, one smoke in the area, and then we attended Home Depot with our fire prevention. I also need the board to make a budget amendment, I guess, or whatever. The treasurer's office received a check for $4,999.99. That is the 50/50 grant that we got from the state earlier this year. That needs to go into my regular budget for equipment line item, because we paid that out when we bought the extrication gear and everything, and well gear. We can do that. Hopefully I explained it right.
Anything else?
Oh, that's it.
We have no commissioner. Infrastructure alternatives.
month of September, operations went well. We did a lot of our required sampling for drinking water that's required by the DEQ. Some of it's annual, it was due by the end of September. More of it was due by the end of the year, but we just got it all taken care of now. Next month, or this month, a couple weeks, we got our last system flush of the water system. I don't know, we probably are not going to get another one in the winter time just because of freezing issues, but we will get another one in the spring. Other than that, we've got a few more water meters that we've identified that aren't working, and we're working on replacing those. Contacted the owners of the homes, and we'll be swapping those out in the next couple of weeks. Other than that, operations are good, and next month Nathan Philly will be giving the operations and maintenance report, so I will be out of town. Yep. Any questions?
Okay. Thanks. Okay. Approval of the regular board meeting minutes of September 10th, 2018.
Make a motion to approve if there's no comments.
We have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Olson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. Approval of check register, general fund number 29,352 through 29,413. Direct deposit 299 through 303 in the amount of $73,813.75. Operation and maintenance fund number 2691 through 2699 in the amount of $44,559.64. Any discussion? Questions? If not,
I'll make a motion.
we have a motion for approval. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Dewey. Have a roll call vote, please.
So, yes. Dewey.
Yes.
Whetstone.
Yes.
Baldwin.
Yes.
McCain.
Yes.
Scarborough.
Yes.
Olson.
Yes.
Check register is approved. Okay, under communications, I have a couple things I want to go over with you. Last month, Steve Kittler and I, Steve from Klein Lake, he and I met with the Hoppen family. It was Lauren, Craig, and Jay Albers, there, the other person. We were trying to come to talk about some things that they could possibly do on their site to lessen the adverse effect to the local residents. They did come up with a couple things that they've implemented, and the major thing was their big mobile sign that gives off that white light at night. And we discussed several different possibilities with that. It's a requirement by the franchise to have that light that size, but they said they were possibly going to come up with a filter on it to dim the light down, which is good. They've also put up some other, they had two smaller signs requesting that truckers shut off their trucks and not sit there at idle. They put up 3 large signs now, so they are making some improvements on the site in an effort to get along with the neighbors out there. So that's one thing that took place. This is another thing that's taking place. I'm gonna hand these out, these are attorney-client. We don't have to go into closed section to discuss it, if you'll just take a minute and glance through it. And then we can, if there is no, I have to respond back with Clam Lake if we're in agreement with this. This is a potential thing if you look at the top. It's something that we're negotiating at this time.
I'm good with this. And I'm good with the second.
Got a consensus of the board that we're all okay with this? Okay, I will get in touch with them and let them know that. Then this was something that I received late Friday. This is mine. I think you guys, what this is, did I give you copies of this already? I think I did. I should have. Anyways, what it is a draft consent judgment, an Act 425 between the city and,
We haven't seen that.
here we go. This is the first page of it. It's quite lengthy. It's a rather large document, but I have a copy of the entire thing. And also the clerk has a copy of the entire thing in his office. If you'd like to read it, if you get with me, I'll let you look at it, or you can get it from the clerk. But it is attorney-client, and I wanted to pass this along. It's really not, it's more between the city and Clam Lake in an effort to reach a settlement of some type.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, I know. So.
That's what we've said all along.
If anyone has any questions on it, they can get with me and we can go through the whole thing if you want to comment on it. So, we will move on. Anyone else have any communications or education material? Oh, I gave that to everybody. If not, we'll go on to public comment. Anyone have in the public? If not, have any board comment? If there's no board content, we have a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Seconded by Dewey. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned at